Hello, chat. We've gotten Jazz and Daphne. Maybe we'll soon have enough for house shows. So Daphne, I need to make you not the manager. Thank you. Jazz. Yeah, I like the gimmicks are fine the way they are, really. And basically they'll do dark matches and house shows and stuff until, we put them on the next cast. And this will help with experience and things like that, and maybe make them stronger. And it's got me thinking, because I only signed these two because WWF and WCW wanted them. But I don't want to lose these other guys either. So I set up a whole short list full of people. And then, who are the most important people on this short list for me right now? It's a good question. I feel like Austin Aries is pretty important. I want Bobby Roode for sure. What's your problem? I intend to return home from excursion. Hold on. I don't care then. Charlie Cologne. I would love to hire you. Chris Hero. I would love to hire you. Cody Runnels. Hmm. Jimmy Jacobs. Set up a new cast for success. I'm throwing them on 3-year contracts. Um, I'm happy to keep them for a while. Kevin Steen. He's absent due to personal reasons. That's fine. Matt Seidel is tempting. They love it. Viscera. Ooh. Could you imagine throwing him on the cast? Um, I had Ray shortlisted. I don't know. I don't know what he'd be doing on the roster, to be honest, because he, I don't know. I got the ICP shortlisted. Teddy Hart. I think we wait on Teddy Hart. TJ would be pretty good, but I think we can wait on TJ. Ooh, the Messiah. Ooh. I think this is a fine group to sign for now. These guys, we throw them on the roster. We throw them in dark matches and stuff, and we train them to basically be better next season. Sounds good. Now, I want Angel Chavez to be managed by Dutch Mantel. I think that would be pretty cool. Um, so I have ideas for that we can get Dutch to wrestle a little before he fully retires in 84 days. We could have him wrestle, and that'll be fun. Um, pass on a little skills to people, and we could add a little tag team for them, Dutch Mantel and Angel Chavez as individuals. Um, yeah, I don't really have a name for them. They can just be them. And then I forgot about commentary. I was considering a new commentator. I don't know. Does anyone is anyone good? Ideally color. Bobby Heenan and Cyrus. Well, I don't hate Heenan. Like we have Heenan, Lawler, and Styles. I don't hate it. That could be fun. And they love him. Okay. Yeah, let's throw Heenan in the mix. I think that would be fun. Great. And then is there a way I can make it so Aftershock is taped after regular Breakout? Settings. Is it a setting thing, like a preferences thing? Like, because it's meant to be a show that goes after. So I'd like to tape it after, or tape them together, but, I guess that's not really a thing we can technically do. But it would be nice to be able to do it like this, because it makes more sense like this. Like, can I have this one set to go first? I could tape them on different days, but I want them technically to be taped on the same day. Like, that's the intention, is that they are taped on the same day. Show priority. TV descending order. I mean, let's see if that works. Breakout Aftershock. So, right click to accept the automatic choice. Yes. Booking team meeting. Creative finish, man. Likely to succeed. Amazing idea, so good. Um, Character idea. Pretty safe stuff. Yeah? Great. Um, Ric Flair missed a media appearance, which kind of sucks. DiBiase took care of it. Oh yeah, we have two more girls for Hennig to train. That's pretty cool. Orlando Jordan was found guilty in wrestler's court. Low key made a mess. Okay. I kind of love meddling. Kind of love meddling. Like like we can make some friends here, right? Oh yeah, meddling takes time now. I remember this. So we start with Aftershock for some reason. I don't know. We'll try to figure out a way to change that in the future, but I guess for now it's fine. So we have an angle. We have Dutch Mantel, who is, I guess, character development, and Angel Chavez character development, where like Mantel comes to Angel and basically recruits him. This will be a backstage angle for like 5 minutes. Mantel recruits Angel. And he like comes to him and he's like, "Hey, I don't like how Flair treated you. I thought that wasn't fair. And I want to do something about it." And I think I guess we can no reason not to pre-tape that. And we can deal with Flair together. And Angel's like, "Thanks, dude. Let's do it." And like Mantel's like, "Yeah, I'm here. I work on, I work backstage on this show. You know, I'm gonna do something about it." Ric Flair is actually an active wrestler, so we could have like a tag match in the main, which would be kind of crazy to have Flair in a tag match. I kind of like it. Dutch Mantel and Angel Chavez like this, like come on, come on, like that's pretty good. And then we have Ric Flair win it by pinning Angel, and like that could be a big moment. Dutch Mantel does not have the stamina. It's a tag match. Like, what do you mean he doesn't have the stamina? It's a tag team match. He tags out if he doesn't have the stamina. Well, whatever. Sure. Um, I'm thinking it doesn't. I do want it to be a tainted win. I do want him to cheat a little. Yeah, and I mean, we can use our creative finish on this too because I mean, it's our first ever Ric Flair match. I also want to create a tag team between Flairs. The Flairs. I don't know. That's good enough. Okay, great. So that's the big centerpiece of the show. And then we can have like some 1v1s. We can have. So on the main show, we're definitely going to have Kimona competing. Um, I think we have Melissa compete as well. Like Kimona versus Melissa. We wait on Amazing Red, but we could still have like a promo or something. No, because we should have dressed that on the other show. It's just they're out of order. Snitsky needs some work. So honestly, Snitsky versus Jazz on like pre-show. And just have it be like an 8-minute match where Snitsky beats Jazz. And just see how that works. Nice little dark match there. Um, Beth Phoenix, I want to give a little more experience to. Maybe Beth Phoenix should also be pre-show then, actually, now that I think of it. We could have her against who's the other girl we got? Daphne. Phoenix against Daphne on the pre-show. Because I kinda want to save Phoenix a little bit, and we could have like an 8-minute match. We could have this be the pre-show kinda. The dark matches. Pre-show isn't really the right word for it, but that's the word they use. I kinda like the tag matches. We could have some of the like pros wrestle as well. What if we did like a 3v3 with some of the pros? Like like Perfect Storm and Curt Hennig against. Like this will help with the guys a lot, I feel as well. Against Roddy Piper and who's Piper's guys? It's Dead Air. Piper's guys. That sounds right. Yes, it is. Team Hogan versus Team Hogan. Oh, they're both Team Hogan. You're right. Okay, never mind. Let's do a different one. Um, Dory Funk Jr, Russo, Lawler, Roddy Piper, Sting, Sting. Yeah, Sting is the play. Sting and Los Asombrosos. Oh yeah, right. Let's have limited involvement from Amazing Red. And then we have it finish by. What if we have Styles go over Red? I kind of like that. We like play on his injury, and we can have that be like a 15-minute segment. It's not bad. I do want some singles matches as well. Yeah, I want him to play up his injury here a little. Then we can do like Samoa Joe versus Monty Brown, maybe. Have that be like a 7, a 9. I want to give him some time here, and then another 1v1. Like, who else needs the experience? What teams are? Wait, what teams are these guys on? Monty Brown versus Samoa Joe. Monty Brown versus Samoa Joe. They are on different teams. Okay. That's kind of how I want it. Is like it to generally be team versus team kind of stuff. And then like M Dog against Jordan. Jordan needs the experience, and we have M Dog go over. And I could even throw one more in there, which is good. I think they do need the experience, so we could put like a Danielson against the Melissa. Danielson beats Melissa, but they go like a solid 10, and it's close. Puts Melissa over big style. I like it. Are you mad that? Yeah, that's what I thought. So Danielson versus Melissa honestly can open the show. I think you two will do great. Then we do stuff like that. Great. Jazz's gimmick went great. Jazz with the 25, Snitsky with an 18. Great. I'm gonna update him right now. He's an 18. Great. That's much better. Good job. And this is him off his game. So Snitsky's already improving. Daphne with the 31. Oh. Beth Phoenix also goes up to 17. That's really, really good that Phoenix is improving because I want big things for her, ideally. Danielson goes up to a 32. Melissa goes up to a 19. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Mantel picks up Angel. M-Dog goes up to a 25. Jordan goes up to a 12. Look, it's improvement, okay? M-Dog and Jordan had good chemistry, which is good. Monty Brown with a 21. It's a 1 point of improvement. Samoa Joe with a 26. It's actually lower than last time. I'll keep him at a 28 in my notes because I do think he's 28 tier. Then we have Team Hogan versus Team Flair. AJ Styles, consistent with his 28, low-key bumps up 1 point to an 18. Curt Hennig with a 53, great stuff. Amazing Red, we're not going to rate because he's injured and had limited involvement. Mystico at 19, which is great. And Sting with a 75, of course. This seems, I don't know why the flow was hurt because Amazing Red didn't work as much. It's a 6-man tag. Like, who cares? And then the main event, an abysmal match, but Flair put on a 73. Finish was good. Mantel and Chavez have zero chemistry as partners. Okay, well, that'll do it. Got it. That's kind of funny. I was over here like, oh, this could be a fun storyline for him. Well, Flair did good work, so that's fine. Finish the show. Great. Nah, we're at the main show. So, first of all, we know we want Melissa versus Kimona to be the main, really. Which That can be like 8 minutes. We don't have to have that be too long, but I want to give it time. I want Melissa to win, obviously. That's how that goes. Now, I want an angle where Amazing Red is cutting a promo on Kimona. And Kimona comes out and cuts a promo back. And Amazing Red is like, "You injured me." And Kimona's like, "Yeah, you're weak. You got injured by a girl." And they yell about it. And I guess the pros are Sting making the save, I guess. I want Sting and Kimona's pro. Is that like Steiner? No. DiBiase. I want DiBiase and Sting to come out and break them up. And this can be like a 5-minute segment. And it'll be like Amazing Red accuses Kimona of injury. They fight a little bit. A little bit of fighting, verbally mostly though. This will be, dude, I don't know, character development. It happens in the ring. Okay. That is actually what I was curious about, so I'm glad they told me. But making the save doesn't make sense here, so we can have it be like, I don't know, dude, they can work the crowd. They can work the crowd, brother. Sounds good to me. I want a match. There's like 2 matches each show, right? So we have to have a match where it's team versus team. Who do I want to be sexist now that I'm thinking of it? Like Orlando Jordan could be a fun sexist. Or Colt Cabana doesn't make sense. Do any of the like if this is Team Hogan, DiBiase no, Hogan no. Savage no. It would be Hennig or Piper. It would be sexist. I think it would make sense to be like Piper and his guys. Right? To be like, we got all these girls on our team, you know. I don't think it's good. I think we need to get rid of the girls. And then like Phoenix like steps up and she's like, "Hey, I resent that. I'm a woman and I am strong and better than you, basically." And I think she sort of steps up in this one. So we can have her like I cutting a promo. I guess we have Hulk Hogan. Should we have them all acting? What should we have them doing? Character development? I guess character development might make the most sense. Just for like everyone. It's like Hogan, DiBiase, Curt Hennig, Randy Savage, Roddy Piper, Colt Cabana, Beth Phoenix, Samoa Joe, Mona Wanalea, Loki, AJ Styles, Orlando Jordan, Cheerleader Melissa, Nick Mondo, and Air Paris. And what if we have like Nick Mondo and Roddy Piper, sort of like ganging up on the woman? Beth Phoenix steps up. Um, Team Hogan, the Liberation, Mondo versus Phoenix. They kind of fight about it a little bit. I guess backstage makes sense for storyline development. And then we have the other side. We have Team Flair, the Liberation. And then we have Ric Flair, Goldberg, Scott Steiner, Sting, and Bret Hart. Then we have David Flair, Gene Snitsky, M-Dog 20, Jon Heidenreich, Monty Brown, Mystico, Amazing Red, CM Punk, Bryan Danielson. And we have these guys have the same kind of segment where they're backstage deliberating who goes in. I think they kind of the last match was like Flair versus or wait, who? Oh yeah, it was Flair versus Angel. Okay. And then I think they volunteer Flair to do the match here. And they're like, Flair, you beat Angel last time. You want to prove yourself so that we don't keep putting you in the bottom. You do the match here. And that's how it goes. And it's Flair versus Phoenix here. So David Flair versus Beth Phoenix. And I want it to be a fight. I want it to be a fair fight. Like a 10-minute fair fight, open match, where Flair goes over clean. No. Let's have I want him to cheat a little, to be honest, because if his dad's doing it, I want him to do it too. I want it to rub off on him. He cheats. Um, Phoenix has got to be pissed. So we can have like Beth Phoenix, Colt Cabana, and Hulk Hogan against David Flair and Ric Flair. I want them just to like be fighting on stage a bit after the match, like Punchline versus Flair's argument in the ring. Yeah. After the match. Yeah, so this is gonna be like very Hogan versus Flair. Hogan is extremely upset about this. Um, I need to make notes about who has fought already. So episode 1, it was Punk and Cabana. So Punk and Cabana, episode 2 is Flair versus Phoenix, because of course they can't go again. So this is Hogan's whole team having gone episode 1. So argument after the fact. Um, think about this. Kind of want the show to open with that, to be honest. And then we have like maybe in this segment we like clone this, add a new copy, and then we have like 2 minutes where like David Arquette comes in and like stop like I guess cutting a promo where David Arquette like stops them and is like, "Hey, guys, that's uh that's not what we're doing here. We gotta like run a show." And so he's like, "We gotta get in your deliberation of who you're doing, and you can't be taking the ring to argue when it's my time to host the show." And so they go into the deliberation. And like in the deliberation, Red's like, as much as I want to fight, I'm injured, so I think we wait until I recover to use me, and then hopefully I can kick Kimona's ass, ideally. Um, so we do all that. Then we have our Team Hogan voting segment where we have all the people: Hogan, DiBiase, Hennig, Sting. Wait, Sting, Savage. That's better. Piper, Colt Cabana, Beth Phoenix, Samoa Joe, Kamana Wanalea, Loki, AJ Styles, Orlando Jordan, Cheerleader Melissa, Nick Mondo, and Air Paris. And I want Nick Mondo and Roddy Piper, and Air Paris can kind of get in on it too, to be like really obnoxious about the women. And so the women vote, I guess Mondo in. Now that I'm thinking of it, maybe Nick Mondo versus Kamana Wanalea would be better because they'd probably want Mondo in there instead of Melissa. What if we did Mondo versus Kimona? And of course, Mondo wins. And then, hmm, I need, I need the exact same thing with this, by the way, where like David Arquette comes in and he's like, "Hey, we have a show to run. Shut up," for like 2 minutes. Yeah. Okay. That's solid. And then after the main event, I need another segment where like I need a really heated bit in the voting segment where Nick Mondo fights with all the women. And then I want at the end there to be kind of like a brawl. Like Nick Mondo. It's just that Nick Mondo, Air Paris, Amazing Red, Roddy Piper, Kimona, Beth Phoenix, Cheerleader Melissa, Ted DiBiase, brawl to end the show. I want it to be a pretty big one. Like a 5-minute brawl between these people. I'm thinking whether anyone else should be involved. But I feel like just these people make sense. I was thinking like maybe some other pros or teammates or anything, but I think it makes sense to be like these three against these three. Amazing Red, Air Paris, and Nick Mondo against the three women. Um, because at the end we can have like here. We can have like Kimona as I guess non-speaking appearance. Or no, we can have promo for both of them. Kimona and Nick Mondo. Like Nick Mondo immediately after the match, like grabs a match or grabs a mic and is like, "This is why women aren't as good as men or whatever." And you hurt my boy, Amazing Red. You hurt my boy Red. You don't know how to wrestle. Women are not as good as men. And then I guess Kimona like goes right into fighting after that. And this is like a 2-minute part. And then we go into the brawl where all the people come in. Yeah. So the big segment of this show is basically those three girls against those three guys. And we can settle it on like next Aftershock or something. That makes sense to me. All right. I'm happy with this. Let's run it. Okay. Red and Kimona were both very bad. But that's okay. We need to give them the experience. To be talking for that long. What do you mean? There's like 100 people here. You don't have to be talking the entire time, obviously. Whatever. These segments will help with all their skills, so whatever. Then Flair beats Phoenix. Flair with a 32, which is a little lower than before. It was a 36 before. I will be lowering that in his stats page that I have. Phoenix goes up to a 19, slight improvement, good. Then we have the segment with these six. Where the fight is broken up by Arquette. We go to the voting segment. 43 could be worse. And then we go to the match where Mondo beats Kimona. That seems solid. I mean, their ratings are horrible. Nick Mondo is at 19. He went way up, actually. He went up 5 points. Kimona Wanalea goes from 14 to 16, slightly up, but she did injure that guy, so happy to see her go. And then the brawl to end the segment between these guys. Great. It was technically like rated low, but I like it. Popularity went down, of course. That's fine. We know this is gonna happen because the whole point of the show is that it's rookies. It's like tough enough. It's like Ultimate Fighter, you know. That's so go to my notes. Second boot, Pomona Wanalea, who was a Ted DiBiase. And then we take her out. Great. Which means both teams are now down to 9. Bobby Heenan rival bid. He's only considering me, so I don't really care. We fall to medium size, which is fine. Totally fine. Oh yeah, you're all on drugs, right? Right. Fine you. Fine you. I have a pretty consistent policy here, guys. No drugs. At some point I could send some of these guys to rehab if needed. When I'm not using them on TV. Some people have big morale. Wait, what is all your problems? Annoyed at the toxic backstage atmosphere. Everyone's on drugs and I have to give them drug tests. So what do you want? Oh, what happened? Why is everyone negative now? What happened? Guys. Oh no, this is a problem. I don't want my show to be like this, to be honest. I think I have to manually get these people off drugs. I think that's like the only option. Is like to sandbox this a little more, I need these people off drugs. Um Attributes. Heavy steroid user. Remove this attribute. Addictions. Former steroid user. And yeah, I need to fix this because I don't want this to be the case. It's meant to be a little more sandboxy than that. So I will fix it. I'll do it off screen. That's episode 2. I'll see you.